here with my buddy Milo, and Milo is a Golden Retriever, which means he's part tractor, and they pull a lot on the leash. So I'm going to go over a concept that I like to call the slow walk. And so basically, when we're walking, dogs pull on the leash because they want to get to things. He wants to get to things, so he's pulling on the leash. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to widen my base, and I've got my clicker, and I usually like to keep my clicker in the hand that has the leash. And so that way my other hand can be free, and if you have a treat pouch, you want your free hand there. So I'm just waiting, and I usually like grab the leash, if I can get this set up right, and then put the clicker on top of my hand here, so I can hold them both. And I'm just waiting. If you don't have a treat pouch, just have a treat in your hand. And so he can go anywhere he wants in this little area. When he checks in with me, I click and give a treat, then I grab another one. And before, there you go. What was he doing? He was pulling. He wanted to get over there. He wanted to go over here. And so what I'm doing is basically saying, hey, let's explore this little area. So I'm just waiting for him to check in with me, and every time he does, I reward that. So this causes the dog to pay more attention to you. You are now more valuable because there's something in it for the dog. So here you go. So I widen my base, and I'm not telling him to look at me. I have my treat in my hand ready to go. You know the 0.5, it makes it a little wider.
Okay, there we go.
And what I do is I stay at this pivot point until he starts checking in with me under 30 seconds for each check-in. So we're about 7 seconds in. That was a quick eye dart. That was about 12 seconds. Now he saw me reach for a treat, so now he's kind of more interested in me. So now I'm going to go another 10 feet. And he can go wherever he wants. Now I'm going to put my pivot point. He looked at his camera person, which is his person. So you see now, we didn't have the before footage. Milo, we don't have the before footage, but before he was just pulling us because he wants to get to the smell of that tree and this over here, and there's a squirrel that did something over there, and there's a bird over there. So everything is more important and more interesting than you. When you're inside your house, you're the interesting thing. Outside, you're not. So what I do is go about every 5 or 10 paces, I stop, widen my base, and then I have my hand on the clicker and a treat in my hand. I'm waiting. As soon as he looks at me, I click. You're clicking for him looking at you. If you don't have a clicker, and I prefer using clickers outside, it's more distinct, you can use your marker word of yes or whatever your marker word is. And I should have it linked if you're watching this on my doggonproblems.com. It should be on the website, article on marker words. But basically, the marker just indicates to him that he's done the thing that you want. So let's see if we can get one more before the road. And so while we're doing, I'll talk a little bit while we're waiting for him. But again, you're just basically going to do this. And after a while, your dog starts checking in with you more and more frequently. Now, right now, it's a nice day. It's winter, but it's the end of winter. And so it's a nicer day. We thought there'd be a lot of dogs out here. There aren't, which is good because he's dog reactive. We're going to work on that in a separate video. But basically, you want to practice this at first when there's nobody around. So he's just more interested in sniffing. But if there's another dog, especially a dog's really excited or fearful or reactive to dogs, then they're just focused on that. So you want to start off in an environment where it's not too busy. And if your dog really won't check in with you outside, do it when you're inside. And having the dog come back to check in with you, get marked, and then come back to you and then get a reward is a foundational element of loose leash walking. Well, this is my buddy Milo, and these are some tips and tricks you can do if you have a dog that really likes to pull on the leash.